How's it going? Ryan here at eTrailer.com. Today on our 2010 Jeep Wrangler, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Roadmaster battery charge line kit for towed vehicles. Now the reason you're going to want to use a battery charge line kit is relatively simple. Your braking system is going to run off your battery power every time it activates. So over time, that could potentially drain your battery. So as opposed to having to worry about stopping every few hours while you're on the road to start your Jeep up to let your battery charge back up, what the charge line kit is going to do is more or less take some power from the back of your motorhome 7-way plug and trickle charge or maintain your battery. That way, whenever you get to your destination, you're going to have a full battery and not have to worry about getting a jump start or borrow some jumper cables from somebody else. And some of our customers have asked if the charge line kit is going to affect the motorhome's batteries, and the answer is no. And that's because as you're driving your motorhome down the road, the motorhome's batteries are constantly going to be charging from the vehicle's alternator, and since this uses so little current or voltage, it's not going to affect those batteries at all. So overall, really simple, straightforward component that's going to eliminate the need for you to lug around jumper cables or have to worry about getting a jump start and not having to pull over every few hours to start up your Jeep and let your battery charge. Now keep in mind, our wiring is just one of 5 main components needed to flat tow our Jeep down the road. The other 4 are going to include your base plate, your tow bar, a braking system, as well as safety cables. Our base plate is going to provide us with a solid connection point for our tow bar to attach to. So the tow bar is going to come from our base plate, and that's going to connect to our motorhome. Our safety cables are going to go from our motorhome to our base plate. And these are going to be there as a secondary device or backup if a catastrophic disconnect does happen. This will still keep our Jeep connected to our motorhome. And the wiring, that's going to transfer all of the motorhome's lighting signals from the back of the motorhome to the back of our Jeep. And with this being a pretty simple part, the installation isn't going to take you a whole lot of time and is relatively easy to do. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and put it on together now. So to begin your install, you're first going to want to find a spot to mount your breaker. I chose this little flat piece of plastic here that's relatively close to the battery and easy to work with. And I just secured our breaker using a couple of included self-tapping screws. Now what we're going to do on the back of our 6-way is hook up the red wire that's included with our kit. So as you can see, the red wire is there connected to the center terminal on our 6-way plug. Now with that connected to our 6-way plug, we can run that wire up into the engine compartment. That way we can connect it to our breaker. So the path that I took to route our red wire up to our breaker just came out of our 6-way and along the top edge of this beam here. And right here, I actually ran it up into our engine compartment. And here's where our wiring comes up into the engine compartment. And if you just follow that up, it'll come out here at the corner of our airbox. And it kind of just loops around it and over to our breaker. So once our wire is ran over to our breaker, we're going to cut it to length and then crimp on an included ring terminal. Now this wire that's coming from our 6-way plug is going to go to the terminal on our breaker that's labeled BAT, and that one will also have a gold colored post. So that ring terminal simply slide on, and then you just tighten the nut down. Now the extra wire that we trimmed off earlier, what we're going to do is take one end of it and put on a ring terminal again, and then simply tighten it down to the silver post here on our breaker that's labeled AUX. So once we have that snug, this is simply going to run over to our battery, again, using a ring terminal. And whenever you connect this, you want to make sure to put this directly to the positive battery post, like we have here. And from there, you can just secure all your wiring to clean up your install look. And that'll finish up our look at and our installation of the Roadmaster battery charge line kit for towed vehicles on our 2010 Jeep Wrangler.